everybody, we are here today with Trovember Day. What day are we on? Day 4. November 4th. Today's prompt is to add a fish. So that's what we're going to do. I will say this little disclaimer. I have guests at my house right now. Jen from Imagine Arts. She's on YouTube. She's not very active at the current moment, but check out her channel, follow her, and all that good stuff. She mainly does acrylic paint pourings, things like that nature. So, anyways, she's here, and so she's in the back room. You know, she doesn't know I'm filming, so hopefully she doesn't come out and start yammering about something that's not YouTube appropriate. No promises, though. Anyway, so hashtag Trovember month-long challenge hosted by Kelly at collagelab.com. Check that out. It's been a lot of fun already, and it's only day 4. Add a fish. So I scrounged through my fishy pieces, and I have a couple options. We have this, which the color goes really nicely. I kind of am liking that. Then we have this guy. I'm not feeling it. We have these guys. I'm not feeling them. And then we have this little line of fish here. I'm not really feeling them. And then we have this guy. I'm kind of feeling him. I'm kind of feeling him fussy cut and kind of hanging out on the edge. So I'm thinking that's what I want to do. So with that in mind, you guys get to watch me fussy cut a little. It'll be kind of quick though. He's a little guy. But I think he'll go in really well. Even though my bee down here is not realistic, and this guy is, I still think it'll be okay. So I mentioned in, I think it was probably my yesterday's video, and I just want to clarify. So yesterday was Starburst, and while there are really no rules to Trovember, I just want to say, I mentioned that we were still in the background phase, but that was an incorrect statement on my part, because essentially, if you wanted to make a Starburst your main draw, you could. It's you know, there's not rules like that. So there's really not a background phase to all this. In my mind, there is. I'm still working on the background because I don't have any focal point. And so maybe after today, this fish may end up being my focal point. But all that to be said, there's not the only quote-unquote phase of this challenge, I think, is our very first prompt of putting down a grid and giving us an official background. But everything else could easily be your focal point if you wanted it to. And now that I've got this guy cut out, I really am not sure I'm liking it. Mainly because he's realistic. And he's kind of ugly. Fish are kind of ugly though, so. But I'm just not, I'm looking through it through the lens, and I'm looking through it in person. I'm just not feeling it. I actually kind of feel like these guys go better. And I'm almost kind of tempted to slice them into strips. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I just don't want that ugly fish to be my focal point. And I'm afraid if we do that, he will be a focal point. So I'm tempted to cut these guys into strips. Not measuring, just cutting willy-nilly. And working with these in strips. is the plan here. I don't know where or how or anything like that. Maybe like that. That kind of looks camouflage, but oh well. So shame on me. The other day when we were playing with Mod Podge, I did not rinse my brush, and so now I have a glued brush that I'll try to soak it, but it's glue and Mod Podge, so chances are it is a dead one. Unfortunately, it's a pretty good brush. So now moving on to a different brush to ruin. See if I have a different brush to ruin here. Since I don't paint very often, my brushes are across my table. And sorry if that was all reaching all up in. This guy's been through the ringer as well, so we'll see. So I'm just gonna do Mod Podge, I think, on this. And let's see where I go with it. See how well it sticks. And I've been meaning, I noticed on my friend Mary Ellen at Red Parrot, she was working on her yesterday's prompt Starburst, and she actually did Starburst candy wrappers, which was a lot of fun. Such a fun idea. But I need to ask her what kind of glue or paste or whatever she was using. It didn't look like a matte medium. It looked pretty chunky. So I need to remember to ask her about that. I was laying in bed watching it, so I wasn't in my artsy mind space to write a note or anything like that. I just went with it. Kind of liking these fish. I think the color scheme's working out pretty good, that's for sure. And you can still kind of tell they're fish. I mean, I don't know if that was the point and purpose, but I'm just sticking them down with Mod Podge right now, and then I'll go over them with a layer of Mod Podge here in just a minute. Just a minute. I'm going to overlap that leaf just because I can. So, I'm going to slap a little bit of Mod Podge on here, kind of get up in the edges, because while my surface is smooth, it's not even, if that makes sense. The green and brown, the green squares and the brown butterfly squares are cardstock, more of a cardstock, so they're raised up a little bit. So it gives us a little lip. This fish picture was out of a book, so it's pretty thin paper, but we still got a lot for the difference in size underneath. I kind of like this brush. He's been through it, but he's real smooth, not scratchy. Perfect kind of size. And I'm okay with that. If you recall, I didn't Mod Podge my leaves down. I didn't feel the need to. But while I'm here, go ahead and slap a little layer of Good Measure on there. So here's the beauty of Trovember. I was playing around in my fish pictures, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll fussy cut this guy, and he'll work just great because he'll be nature. And while I'm here and I got Mod Podge out, I'll just throw some over this other bee and leaf down here. It's off camera, but we're gonna work with it. Anyways, I had it all kind of planned out in my head, and But then it took a total different turn. And I'm okay with that. Works out kind of okay. Salvage this a little bit. My Mod Podge is pretty chunky, probably because I do things like this. But I'm a bit of a penny pincher when it comes to art supplies. And, you know, why waste it? Why run it down the drain when I can use it again? So, anyways, I think that's what we have for day 4 of Trovember. Hashtag Trovember, collagelab.com. And it's not too late to sign up, get going. And it's since these prompts are super easy and they're quick, it's no big deal to jump in right now and play catch up. No big deal. So anyways, thanks for joining me. We have fish. So I cut that into 4 strips and I just kind of lined it along. You can probably see it better this way, but I'm functioning with my panel long ways now officially because my butterflies are going this way. But so there you have it. It kind of looks like camouflage to me, but that's okay. We'll work with it. Anyways, thanks for joining me. I will see you guys tomorrow for day 5 of hashtag Trovember. That's all I got. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.